In the heart of Africa's Lake Victoria lies Magingo Island, a rocky outcrop smaller than half a soccer field, yet home to hundreds. This tiny speck on the map is so densely packed, it's almost hard to believe people can live here at all. This is one of the most densely populated places on Earth, where every available space is claimed and used to its fullest. Every inch is covered by homes, shops, and lives, all packed into less than 2,000 square meters. The island buzzes with activity from sunrise to sunset. Magingo is a testament to human adaptability and ingenuity. Residents have found creative ways to make the most of every corner, building upwards and outwards wherever possible. What draws people here? The answer is simple: Nile perch. This prized fish is the lifeblood of the island, supporting families and fueling the local economy. The waters around Magingo teem with this valuable fish, attracting fishermen and traders from across the region. Each day, dozens of boats set out before dawn, hoping for a good catch. The island thrives as a bustling economic hub, built entirely on the bounty of the lake. Markets overflow with fresh fish, and trade never seems to stop. Here, survival and community go hand in hand. Personal space is a luxury, and cooperation is essential. Neighbors rely on each other for support, sharing resources and responsibilities. As we explore Magingo, we'll see how its people have turned a barren rock into a vibrant, self-sustaining society. Against all odds, they have built a home where few would dare. This is not just a story of survival, but of thriving against the odds. The spirit of Magingo is one of resilience, hope, and determination. Welcome to Magingo Island, where life is lived shoulder to shoulder, and every day is a testament to the strength of community. Magingo Island looks less like land and more like a floating metal city perched on the shimmering surface of Lake Victoria. From above, it appears as a patchwork of rooftops pressed so tightly together that the ground beneath is almost invisible. There's no green, just a patchwork of corrugated iron shacks stacked and squeezed together. The metal glints in the sun, creating a dazzling, almost blinding effect that stretches from one end of the island to the other. Narrow alleys wind through the maze, barely wide enough for one person. Every step is a careful negotiation as people squeeze past each other, carrying baskets, tools, or the day's catch. Boats painted in bright colors ring the island, bobbing on the water. These boats are the island's lifeline, bringing in fish and connecting Magingo to the world beyond its shores. The air is filled with the sounds of daily life, laughter, repairs, engines, and music. Children dart between shacks, and neighbors greet each other over the constant hum of activity. Homes are built atop one another, connected by ladders and steep steps. Every inch of space is claimed, with families making do in rooms barely larger than a bed. Every available space is used: shops, bars, a pharmacy, even a tiny hotel. Life here is resourceful, with businesses squeezed into the smallest corners, serving the needs of the island's bustling population. As the sun sets, the metal roofs glow gold and purple, and lanterns turn the island into a constellation on the lake. The transition from day to night is magical, as the island's energy shifts but never fades. The waterfront buzzes as fishermen return, their catch weighed and sold in a flurry of activity. The market is alive with shouts, bargaining, and the promise of another meal. At night, the island quiets, but the sense of community remains strong. People gather in small groups, sharing stories and laughter under the soft glow of lanterns. Magingo is a world unto itself, a beacon of life in the vastness of Lake Victoria. It's a place where survival and togetherness go hand in hand, and every day brings new challenges and small victories. Here, necessity has shaped creativity, and every day is a triumph of adaptation. People invent, repair, and improvise, turning scarcity into opportunity. This is Magingo, crowded, chaotic, and utterly alive. Against all odds, life here thrives, pulsing with resilience and hope. Who chooses to live on this crowded rock? Mostly fishermen, traders, and small business owners from Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. They come for one reason: economic opportunity. The waters here are rich with Nile perch, making Magingo the heart of the fishing trade. Living on the island means more time fishing, less spent traveling, more money earned. For many, it's a chance to escape poverty and build a better future. Women run shops and restaurants, keeping the island's economy moving. Life is tough, but the rewards can be great. Over time, what starts as a temporary job becomes a home. Friendships form, a sense of belonging grows, and Magingo becomes more than just a workplace. It becomes a community. The promise of prosperity draws people in, but it's the bonds they build that make them stay. On Magingo, survival and success are shared experiences. Life on Magingo starts before dawn, with fishermen heading out under lantern light. The air is cool and still, broken only by the soft splash of oars and quiet voices as boats slip away from the shore. For many, this early start is a daily ritual, a rhythm set by the lake itself. As the sun rises, the island wakes. Breakfast smells drift through cramped alleys, and shops open for business. Smoke curls from tiny kitchens, and the sound of laughter mixes with the clatter of pans. Every corner of Magingo feels alive, bustling with energy and anticipation for the day ahead. With no privacy, every conversation and activity is shared. Walls are thin, and space is precious, so neighbors become part of each other's daily lives, whether they want to or not. The afternoon brings the main event. Boats return and the waterfront erupts as fish are weighed, sold, and processed. The docks become a hive of activity, with shouts, laughter, and the constant movement of people and goods. Money changes hands quickly. This is the island's economic heartbeat. Every transaction is vital, supporting families and fueling the community's survival. Evenings are for unwinding. Bars, video halls, and music bring people together. The island's tight spaces fill with music, conversation, and the warmth of shared stories after a long day. Despite the lack of space, there's a rich social life. Stories, laughter, and community. Bonds are forged in these close quarters, and friendships run deep. The islanders find joy in simple pleasures in each other's company. Shared meals, games, and small celebrations are treasured moments that bring light to daily life. Every day is a blend of hard work and togetherness. Teamwork is essential, and everyone has a role to play, whether on the water or on land. On Magingo, life is lived out loud, in the open, and always in close company. There's little room for secrets, but plenty of space for connection. The challenges are many, but so are the moments of connection. Neighbors support each other, sharing both burdens and joys. Here, community isn't just a word, it's a way of life. Cooperation and mutual support are the foundation of survival on this tiny island. This is daily life on Magingo, intense, communal, and resilient. In every crowded alley and shared meal, the spirit of the island endures. Magingo's challenges are as unique as its setting. There's no police force. Security and order are managed by the community itself. Trust and cooperation are essential. Disputes are settled face-to-face. Sanitation is a daily struggle. 500 people share a single toilet, a basic latrine, at the island's edge. Patience and cooperation keep things running, but the conditions are tough. Space is at a premium. No gardens, no parks, just water all around. Privacy is almost non-existent. Every disagreement is public. Fresh water is brought from the mainland, electricity comes from generators or solar panels, and healthcare is limited to a small pharmacy. Serious emergencies mean a risky boat trip to the mainland. These scarcities demand resourcefulness and resilience. Islanders make do, adapt, and support each other. Life here is a constant negotiation, with nature, with neighbors, and with the limits of the rock itself. On Magingo, survival depends on shared effort and ingenuity. Without formal institutions, Magingo relies on its own systems. A council of elders, respected community members, settles disputes and keeps order. Their authority comes from trust, not law, and their decisions are respected. The threat of being ostracized is a powerful motivator to follow the rules. Mutual support is the glue. Neighbors help each other in sickness, share catches, and pitch in when needed. Even the single toilet is managed by unwritten rules and shared responsibility. Islanders don't wait for outside help, they create solutions together. The economy is interconnected. Fishermen, traders, and shopkeepers all depend on each other's success. Cooperation, not competition, keeps the system running. Fair prices and smooth business are maintained by collective agreement. This spirit of unity turns a crowded rock into a functioning society. On Magingo, survival is a team effort. The island's greatest strength is its people working together. Magingo isn't alone. Tiny crowded islands exist worldwide. Santa Cruz del Islote in Colombia and Palmerston Island in the Pacific face similar challenges: limited space, scarce resources, and the need for strong community bonds. Some, like Santa Cruz, are old and family-based. Migingo is newer, driven by economic opportunity. Historical examples, like Scotland's Cranegs, show that people have always built tight-knit communities in tough environments. What sets Migingo apart is its raw, modern nature, a pop-up city born from the global demand for fish. It's a living example of how people rapidly gather where opportunity appears. Migingo is a story of mobility, adaptation, and the lengths people will go to for a better life. It's a modern frontier, built on a rock in the middle of a lake. Life on Migingo runs on unwritten rules: respect, fairness, sharing, and participation. Respect means keeping the peace, maintaining shared spaces, and honoring elders. Fairness in business is vital. Trust keeps the fishing trade honest. Cheating is rare. Those who break trust quickly lose partners. Sharing is survival. From food to repairs, neighbors help each other without hesitation. Generosity is practical. Today's giver may be tomorrow's receiver. Participation is expected. Everyone contributes. Whether cleaning, attending meetings, or helping a neighbor, there's no room for bystanders. Everyone is part of the community's success. These rules aren't written, but they're enforced by everyone. They keep the island running smoothly, even in the tightest quarters. On Migingo, collective effort is the foundation of daily life. It's this invisible code that makes the impossible possible. Migingo Island is more than a curiosity. It's a lesson in community and resilience. Its people show us the power of cooperation, self-governance, and adaptability. They've built a thriving society on a barren rock, making the most of what little they have. Their wealth lies in strong bonds and shared effort, not possessions. Migingo challenges our ideas about space and happiness. Here, connection matters more than privacy. The islanders remind us that ingenuity and unity can overcome even the toughest challenges. In their story, we see a reflection of our own: the need for community, the value of working together, and the hope that we can build something meaningful, no matter the odds. Migingo is a microcosm of humanity, flawed, creative, and resilient. It's proof that even in the most unlikely places, people can create a home and a future. On this tiny island, we find a powerful message: together, we can thrive anywhere.